Hey, welcome to another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Caitlin Elo and I'm a trained and certified numerologist specializing in baby naming. Today we're doing boys' names that resonate at the master number 11 energy. And before we get into the list of names, let me just explain a little bit of how this works. In numerology, our birth date and our full birth name comprise of our entire chart. From those pieces of information alone, I can derive a lot of information about an individual. I like to focus on the growth number in these videos because that is the number that comes from the first name only. And it's just one of my favorite numbers because it holds the keys or the gifts that every individual has. Knowing what one's gifts are makes it so much easier to navigate life. These are the keys that open the doors that help you or your child to keep growing on his or her path. If you want to know more about the growth number, how to calculate it, more information about what that is, I have a video on that as well as a blog post, and you can see that linked down below. Now, the 11 energy is a master number. 1 through 9 are the standard numbers, and then you have 11, 22, and 33 as the master numbers. They operate at a completely different frequency, and in other parts of the chart, this can mean a lot of anxiety and sometimes some self-sabotage. But when it's in this position of the chart, this is the growth number, and you only get the good aspects of the energy, whatever it ends up being, which is really, really great when you have the 11 energy. The 11 is all about illumination. It resides in the abstract realm. There's a lot of epiphany and inspiration and intuition that goes into navigating one's life. That could be intuition and epiphanies in the business realm, or in the art realm, or in the therapy realm. And actually, on that note, 11s tend to be very good listeners. And because they are also very intuitive and observant, constantly using information from different situations to synthesize a new way, a new perspective on the world, 11s tend to give really, really good advice. People tend to seek 11s out for help whenever they need help in their personal lives, especially. And because of that, there are many 11s that tend to work one-on-one with people in a setting that can help motivate others, lift them up. That could be in the sense of therapy. It could also be in healing, physical healing, spiritual healing, emotional healing. And it could also just be not necessarily in that setting, but being a light for other people to kind of tap into their own selves. This is a very motivating and inspiring energy that other people feed off of. And there's also this sort of harmonious aspect to the 11 energy because it also distills down to the 2. And the 2 energy is all about diplomacy and harmony and supporting other people. So there's definitely that aspect of the 11. And the 11 is made up of 2 1s, and so you do also have the 1 energy. The 1 energy is that action-oriented, more masculine type of energy, where there's this sort of entrepreneurial spirit. Typically, those who have 11s, especially as their growth number, do very well in non-traditional work settings. That could be working for oneself or working from home or still working for a company and being able to negotiate some sort of setup where they could still be working from home most of the time. It is a more untraditional number, and it's one that is meant to help inspire people and lift others up. Okay, so without further ado, let's get to my list, my current favorite boys' names that resonate at this Master 11 energy. We have Bentley, Bodhi, Byron, Colin, Connor, Jonathan, Lucas, Max, Nodin, and Othniel. Do you like any of these names, or are some of these a little bit out there, or are some of these maybe a little bit too traditional for you? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, keep in mind that when you are naming your child, the spelling does matter. So when I give these lists and I have a name, for example, like Jonathan, which I have on this current list, if you were to spell Jonathan a different way than how I have up on the screen, there will be a different energy attached to it. If you have any questions for me, then please feel free to ask. Just type your question below and I'll get back to you. And if you want to explore the realm of baby names and growth numbers, then I have all of that on my website. That's www.lightbrightnumerology.com. And if you want to work with me, I work on baby names, but I also work on personal reports for you, the adult, and family reports, name change reports if you are getting married and changing your name, or if you know someone else who's getting married and changing their name. That is a huge watershed moment, especially from the energetic standpoint in one's life. So I have a report on that as well. If you'd like to work with me, that's also on my website, all the information of how to do that. So I hope you have a light, bright, joyous day, and I'll see you next time. Mwah.